You are live.
It's live. Hi everybody! We're going to give everyone a few minutes to log into their Facebook, click on the video.
Come on, I'll see.
I think we're starting at 6:02, which is pretty good for Joe and Sherry time.
It's not a video. Come on, I'll see it. Do you know?
But your computer's slow.
Oh, no. What's up? Are we live? This thing working? I don't know. It's our first time. Hi, everybody. You probably can't see Sherry, but she's here too. I'm Joe. This is Sherry. For those of you who don't know us already, welcome. This is Swing Station's dance studio. Been in here, Vero Beach, training for about 20 years now. Doing this in the Vero Beach. And we're just now trying to figure out the whole Facebook thing. Hope everyone's safe. Miss everybody. For those of you who do know us, welcome guys. We miss you all. Can't wait to get back to some normal. But right now we're going to have a little fun. We're going to show you some footwork. This is our free introduction class. We do this every Monday at this time in a normal setting. We do this at 6 o'clock right here at the studio. And so we're going to kind of just carry on and show you some footwork. This is going to be a beginner's class. For those of you who haven't danced before, you're going to learn how to do some salsa. For those of you who have done this before, instead of a beginner's class, I call it more of a multi-level class. It's a fundamentals class. So we'll be breaking down some technique as well, going over some of the foot placement and trying to make you guys more accurate in your technical attributes. So that's what we're going to be doing for the next. And towards the end, we're going to get a little more complicated as we go. So hopefully you guys can hear me. Hopefully you guys can see me. I've not got the nod from Sherry whether this thing's working yet or not, so we'll find out. All right, so I'm going to start off just with some footwork. For those of you who are interested, this is our main source of income. This is what we do, and we're kind of, like a lot of people, shut down right now. We're dead in the water. So we did put a link in the Facebook, I guess that's a, description, and it has a link or ways of donation. So we're not charging anything, but if you guys feel like you want to support what we do, we are much obliged to you, and donations are highly appreciated. So that is also going to be there posted, and I think when you watch this later, even when it's not live, so if you couldn't join us live, then it'll still be there, and you can do this with us later as well. Okay, I think she's got it. Okay, cool. So we're going to keep going. All right, so the next thing I'm going to do is get into the basics of salsa dancing. Basic timing, we're dancing on 1. So 1, 5, 6, 7. So what that means is we're pausing for the 4 and the 8 of a double measure. So 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. So we're going to start you out with just basic footwork in place. You're going to start with your left, everyone together. Later, leaders start with the left, follows start with the right. But for the most part right now, we can all just start with our left foot. So we're going to start with the left foot, and I'm going to do 3 steps in sequence. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to pause or tap, and then come back. 5, 6, 7. Is that my perimeter?
I'm working on it.
She's working on it. I think that's too close. Okay, so once again, left foot first. We go 1, 2, 3, and 5, 6, 7. So 1, 2, 3. 5, 6, 7, and side together, side, and side together, side. Real simple steps in rhythm. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Una más, and finish your step. So that's our basic timing for those of you who are brand new. Now, once you have your timing and your foot action, which is just a rolling action, we call it a ball flat. So instead of doing a heel toe like when we walk, we do a ball flat. Okay, so we're going to start off with a ball flat, ball flat. You can let your knees bend. So when your heel comes off the floor, your knee will bend, and the knee triggers the heel action. So we're picking up the heel by bending the knee. Try to keep your toes out, heels. A lot of times we overlook these things, and they make it. Action is right. You don't want to look like you just get off the horse. I'm having fun. We do want to have that more of a inward step, or stepping into the ball of the foot and the big toe. The first 2 toes we roll into that ball of the foot. Okay, so from here, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. Again, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. Now you move up. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so that's our basic timing and footwork. Now, we're going to get into our basic patterns. We always teach 2 basic movements as the foundation for all of our classes. The first one is a forward and back movement. We call it our mambo basic, or mambo influence. And then we have a lateral step side to side. We call our salsa basic, or basic 2. So basic 1, basic 2. We call them mambo and salsa basics. Give them little pet names. So going forward on my left, we're going to start with a forward break. We go forward and together, then back and together. So you're basically taking your left foot, shifting your body forward. So if you look at my profile, it's important to recognize your body moves first. You break and then return, changing your weight. We have another way of describing the movement of salsa and the timing of the movement, which is quick, quick, slow. So when you hear instructors say quick, quick, they're talking about 2 steps on 2 beats. And when you hear an instructor say slow, they're talking about 1 step on 2 beats. So I would go quick, 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 quick. 4 steps, 4 beats. Or slow, slow. 2 steps, 4 beats. Yes? So it's half time. Quick, quick, slow. and quick, quick, slow. Yeah, and you roll into that slow step. A lot of people, when they're first learning, they're more mechanical. How do you get rid of the mechanics? Well, you don't want to stop on the fourth beat of music. You want to roll through it. So instead of going 1, 2, 3, where I stopped on 3 and 4 did nothing, I would rather go 1, 2, 3, 4. So there's movement through both beats, even though there's only one step. I hope that makes sense. For those of you who've danced before, I think you understand. Those who are new, just roll with it. Get your mechanics first. We always say get the mechanics, have fun with movement, and then later you'll add different elements which will smooth you out and make you a better dancer, of course. So, back to the mambo basic, my profile right now. The body moves first, forward and together, then back and together. Quick, quick, slow, and quick, quick, slow. Now, what I'm doing is bringing my feet pretty much under my center and stepping slightly back as I roll into my heel. Then I go back, and as I come forward, I'm rolling forward slightly. You can exaggerate that as you dance more and you get more comfort with this. You can elongate your movements, which is how we dance at a higher level. So as we're going 1, 2, 3, 4, we're rolling forward more. You can see the steps a little wider. And what creates that is the body movement. So my body moves more aggressively, and I take a larger step. I'm moving my body by pushing off of the floor, so I'm pushing back and pushing forward. So back and forward movement is important. You want to be able to move well. So I'm moving forward, quick, quick, slow, and quick, quick, slow. So that's our mambo basic. One more time. I want you to do it with me. If you're at home, jump in. Here we go. 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, and 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, or quick, quick, slow, and quick, quick, slow. Una más, por favor. Finish your step. Okay, cool. I hope it's not too echoey in here. I'm not sure how the audio is. This is our first time again if you're just joining us. So we're going to experiment with this. We're going to refine it, hopefully do it more often as we can given the circumstances, and bring you guys more content. Okay, so mambo basic or basic 1, forward and back, linear type steps, forward and back, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. Now, how do you make this look good, and how do you add a little experience to this? We always talk about the upper body, the carriage. So from the rib cage up, that's your carriage in dance. We throw the shoulders back. It's like a soldier at attention as opposed to at ease. So you bring those shoulders back, you lift the chest, but you compress into the heel, into the knees rather, and the hips has a little pelvic tilt. So I tilt back, I sit into my hips, compress, raise the carriage, and the arms are an extension of the carriage. So if I'm dancing without a partner, then I can just kind of relax my arms, almost like you would go jog. It's an alternate movement, left to right, right to left. So it's here, right? So I step here, and I step here. It's an alternate movement. You're not going to see me go like this. That would be awkward, yeah? Just like if you walk, that would be weird. So we try to do alternate body movements. Quick, quick, slow. So just the arms, right? Quick, quick, slow. Quick, quick, slow. And the action of the movement from the arm, it's actually the shoulder, the rotator, the ball joint, not the hinge of the elbow. You don't want to look like the little drummer boy. So we have more upper body carriage. That's really big in Latin dancing. A lot of upper body movements. So that's one of the keys to getting a polished look. And also, when you partner, you would come together and not be just here, but you would expand that. So I'd bring my arms up. I was, of course, practicing proper social distancing, then I would dance like this. Hold on. About like that.
I think you're out of camera.
I know! Okay, so the funny thing is, carriage. It's a big deal. It's a game changer. A lot of people don't have a good carriage, right? They're here, or they carry the arms, but they're not really holding the shoulders well. kind of like that. So we want to lift that up. We want to have a good, engaged energy. Notice the follow Sherry always has her own and plays off of me, allows me to bring energy, and then reciprocates that energy. So with her, I'm extending my carriage, lifting it. My frame is my arms. My frame is bigger here. Without her, you know, I'll relax a little bit. I'll bring the arms down. I'll bring the frame down. And then, you know, play with musicality and things like that. Expression. Okay, mambo. Let's go one more time if you're still with me. Let's start with our left foot forward. Mambo basic. 5, 6. Carriage up. Here we go. And 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. Keep it lifted. Carry the arms. Good. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. One more time. 5, 6, 7. And finish your step. 5, 6, 7. Cool. Okay. That's your mambo basic, your most important step you will ever learn. Now, we're going to do a little salsa basic or lateral basic side-to-side movement. Very traditional, very cultural. We do use this in our slotted dance styles. We use it a lot in rueda and different styles of dancing, but we're going to show you right now just how to get the basic of it. So from here, still the left foot, instead of going forward and back, we're going to move side to side. So 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. Quick, quick, slow, and quick, quick, slow. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. Ball change step, ball change step. And again, my heels are more in than out. When I'm doing mambo, heel positioning. All right, heels are in. That creates more balance, grounds you, it gets you down into the floor, it gives you a better, it torques you into the floor, it gives you a better feel through your whole core, as opposed to this, right? Gringo salsa, gringo salsa. Okay, so then, heels in, linear action. I'm going to keep this going when I go into my salsa basic. I go behind with my step. Now I'm moving more left to right than forward and back. And of course, squaring the shoulders. Yeah, I don't want to swing open right now. I want to do this on purpose. In dance, we control everything. So everything you do is on purpose and with purpose, right? We do it for a reason. So every time you're learning, always question, is this the best way? What's the reason for this? And the instructor should be able to explain that. Here's why we do it this way. So that's lateral movement. I want to control that. If I don't control that, I pull away from my partner inadvertently and I mess with their energy transfer. So you want to be square. It's hip to be square. All Huey Lewis in the News. Cultural reference for you, even though white people don't have culture. No? Sherry's shaking her head. Okay, so from here, shoulders are side to side. We're going 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. Quick, quick, slow. Quick, quick, slow. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. Una más. And finish your step. Notice the wide frame base, yeah? Shoulder width. My stance is shoulder width, not here. So I'm not going 1, 2, 3. I'm going 1, 2, 3. So you want to push laterally. The movement is lateral, side to side. I'm not ever stepping back. I'm stepping under my center, and I'm stepping to the right directionally. Not way out, you'll lose your center if you do that. So the whole idea is keep your feet under your center, under your sternum, and keep everything tight. So that's solar plexus. So we're going 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3. Push to the right, push to the left. And while you're doing this, what do I want? Carriage up. Always carry your upper body. That's going to be a theme throughout all of our classes. Always, always, yeah, always. Okay, so we have our basic mambo. We have have our basic salsa. Forward and back, side to side. That's the two most important. Those are the cornerstones of everything we teach here in our class, in our studio, in our syllabus. Now, we're going to put this to music. We're going to dance with you guys, but I'm going to throw other little variations along the way. I'm going to touch on them real quick. They're simple, but I want you to do them with me when we start dancing with the music. So the key here is little variations, nothing large. So if I'm doing mambo, I'm going forward on my left and back on my right. Well, a simple variation would be forward on my left, forward on my right. So I would go forward and together, forward and together. And when I do that, purposefully, I bring my feet under my center so I can transfer and move. If I go forward and back, that's great for mambo to continue. But if I go forward and step past my foot, now that's going to be awkward to go forward again. So I bring my feet to center, bring your feet to center, bring your feet to center. And remember, if you're working on this as a dancer who already knows the basics, and you want to polish your ability, your technique, work on your timing transfer. Your transfer time, the weight, the timing in which you transfer your weight. So again, it's quick, quick, slow. Quick, quick, slow. So you never really stop moving. It's not quick, 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 or quick, quick, stop. Quick, quick, stop. You don't want to ever stop. You want to have a slow, melodic transfer of energy. And remember, we talked about doing that by getting that knee action and rolling into the heel from the ball of your foot. So that would be called a forward break. Yes? If I'm over here, I'm going forward break. We break forward every time. Forward break. We can also do a back break, naturally. So I could go back on my left, right? Back on my right. Heels are still turned in. When I teach this in my group class live with all my students here, or wherever I happen to be teaching, a lot of times people slip into the salsa basic when I call back break. So what they do is they go back break and they start stepping, crossing behind. That's not what we're looking for here. Again, with purpose, on purpose. So this is deliberately straight back, not crossing back or crossing over, not a hook or a cross behind. So it's straight back and together, straight back and together, and of course, you're turning your heels in, always. So that's going to be the back rock or back break. And then we have side rocks, side breaks. So every time I call a rock or a break, it's a simultaneous, it's a transferable term. You can say side rock, side break, break forward, break back. So from here, I'm going to the side, together, side, and together. And again, the heels are in, the toes are out. Side, together, side, together, side, together. Okay, so that's going to be your side rocks. So we have mambo basic, salsa basic, basic 1 and basic 2. Two most important. We have a back rock, we have a side rock, we have a forward rock. We're going to mix those up. We're going to play with music. Anything else, Sherry, we're missing? Missing you. We're missing Sherry. Let's get Sherry out here. Let's go ahead and dance this together. I hope you guys are having fun at home. We're having fun here. It's almost like I'm with you, though it's not quite the same.
Not quite the same.
But we're having fun. We're trying, right? Good to have you guys. Thank you to everyone who's tuning in with us. Con música. Sí or sí?
Sí.
Let's dance.
I just want to say hi to all the comments. Obviously, it's a little hard for us to respond, but we are reading them, and we will definitely catch up on them after we are done. Trying not to touch the camera too much, since we do have it placed in a decent spot. And I just want to say thank you for everybody who's watching, and thank you for your comments.
Okay.
Con música.
I hope you can hear this. You can check the sound. She's gonna check the sound. Okay, so we always dance on 1 at the warm-up class. We're dancing on 1. All the transfers will happen on 1. 1. Okay, so starting off with our basic side, together side, we started 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3. Jump it, come on. 1. Thank you for participating. Okay, we're going to keep going. We have a little bit more to share with you guys. That was about a half an hour, and that's usually how we cover the basics every Monday when there's no pandemic. So usually we're here at the studio Monday, 6 o'clock, and we do all those basic footworks for free, no charge. So in the future, come join us, tell your friends, we'd love to have you. Hopefully we'll all come through this stronger when it's all past us. We will overcome. Okay, moving on. Let's do some more fundamental footwork, but let's try to explain some of the nuance of what we're doing to help you guys learn. Okay, so in the mambo movement, as I'm going forward and back, I'm starting right now on the 1, left foot forward. So what you want to think about is once you get the ability to push through the movement, so instead of bringing your feet together, now don't get me wrong, you should be able to do this as a building block, but I want you to be able to pass your feet, push your feet back, push your feet forward. So your most powerful step is the ball change, right? Ball change. In salsa dancing, you redirect your energy twice every basic movement. Yeah, because you have a forward measure and a back measure. So every move, you're redirecting your own energy. And I always tell my students, no one's going to do that for you. So you have to get good at it. And that's what makes you very independent and strong as a partner. So when you go to dance with somebody else, they feel like they're having a lot of fun with you, and that there's a really good interaction of energy, as opposed to feeling like they're carrying you or you're difficult to move with because of that lack of technique. So emphasize, as you grow and learn, emphasize pushing back here, yeah? So with numbers, I like numbers because it gives me a point of reference. The ball change is on the 1, 2, and then the power movement is on the 3, 4, or the coasting movement. So I go 1, 2, 3, 4. Now the redirection of energy is on the 1, 2. That's a redirection of energy. But a lot of people go redirect, stall, right? I'm stalling out right here on the 3, 4. I want to create movement there. I want to go 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm pushing off that right foot. I can exaggerate that. 1, 2, 3, 4, right? And really push into those movements. Now that was something I wouldn't really do as a basic, but it helps you learn the technique. It emphasizes the movement that I'm trying to have you aware of and accomplish. So as I'm dancing forward here, ball change, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes? 1, 2, 3, 4. It's not feet together. Now, same thing on the back rock, almost. 5, 6, 7, 8. You're pushing forward, 5, 6, ball change, push. As a follow, that would be your 1. So you would go 1, 2, 3. So ladies especially, because typically you follow more than the gentlemen do, you really want to work on getting a strong back rock. And so one of the keys, a little token I'm going to give you here today, is try to get that left leg to come forward a little bit. All right, a lot of people dance in place, and that's okay, as long as you push forward. Here on the 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. But then I often see we get complacent as dancers. Even down the road, after you've learned and you're getting, you think you get better, but you can still backslide or regress a little bit if you're not careful because you get complacent. And one of the things I see very often, and I've been guilty over the years myself, is I get 1, 2. So you see what I did with my left foot? I brought it back a little. Well, that's really bad because that's stalling the energy. I'm going back, I don't move, and then I try to catch up. You want to get moving on 2, ladies. You want to go 1, 2. Yeah, you see that forward movement? I'm taking my center forward, right? Ball change forward. That's a good tip for movement. So work on that on your own. Practice while you have time. Put on a little music, dance. Sometimes you don't even need music. Just practice the technique. So, and that concept out of mambo, ball change, move, ball change, move. You get a lot more movement than you would, for example, if I was doing this. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. Yeah? And this is where a lot of us start. So it's not wrong, but of course we're looking for growth, and that's something I want to coach you guys towards. Okay. Now, when we get into this mambo business, forward and back, I'm going back to calling it on 1 from the leader's perspective. So left foot forward on 1. We go 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. We're pushing into the floor. We're getting a good carriage, good basic movement. That's going to really help you get that linear feel. So everything is in line as I step back. That's going to be so important when we get into rotations. Right, as we go back, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. So that you don't end up doing stuff like this, where you go out to the sides. Okay? Alright, let's see. We want to get you guys dancing a little bit more. So, I had a plan. Sherry distracted me. Okay, so let's play with little nuances of the body movement. We're going to take our shoulders back on purpose this time. So we worked really hard to keep everything square and level. And now on purpose, we're going to bring it back. Yeah? Quick, quick, slow. Quick, quick, slow. Quick, quick, slow. So that's our salsa basic. We call this enchufa. They do this in the rueda. And it's a very useful movement to have control of. You can do this at home. Practice turning your shoulders quarter turn and then square up on the slow. Then quarter turn and square up on the slow. Try not to go quarter turn and swing all the way around. We don't want to eliminate that forward 2 beats. There are 2 beats here that should be lateral. Slow. Quick, quick, slow. So even when you twist, quick, quick, slow. And quick, quick, and slow. Yes? It gives you a more disciplined movement, and that will help you, especially the follows. It opens up opportunities for the leaders to do more and lead more. So keep that in mind. Work on that discipline. Okay, I'm going to get into some variations of footwork just for fun. So these are just for fun, a little more advanced. Let's do some fun little, let's do some little sweeps. So 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. So what I'm doing here, I'm creating that power. Yes? 5, 6, and I'm doing a little diagonal step, cross. 5, 6, 7. And when I do that, I have that energy to push that foot around. And you want to sweep, trace the floor with your big toe. Trace it with your leg. Extend your leg, bend, lock your knee, compress, and pull that foot around and back into your center. So we go 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3. From this angle, we go 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. So I have a little bit of a cross behind and a cross in front. Cross behind, open up, cross in front. Just fun variations of movement, creating some fluidity. We like to teach footwork. Listen, if you want to be a good dancer, this is where it happens. All the greatest dancers start by working on their independence. So get to be strong, independent, musical, comfortable with your own movements. And then when you take a partner, that transfers to the dance floor and of course to your partner. They recognize immediately whether you are sure of yourself and are willing to let go and have fun, or if you're a little nervous and uptight. So that's all going to stem from footwork. So start off with these exercises and repetition. Do it 1,000 times and you'll have it. So from here, facing forward, we're going to go basic mambo, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. And now the sweep, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, cross, sweep. Yeah? Rock and go. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. Una más. Try not to kick me. Thank you. We don't have a lot of space here today. Thank you, Facebook. Okay, cool. Very nice. Very nice. So play with that. What are the movements we want to share with them today? Let's do a turn. So when we get into turns, people always want to work on turn technique, and I love it because there's a place I'm still working. 20 some years later, I'm still working on my ability to rotate and turn and control the movement in time. So fun exercise. Start off with the basics and just work your way up. Always work on turn technique. We're going to start off by doing a natural turn, a turn to the right in mambo. We call it a natural turn. So it's to the right. We're going 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, and we turn around. 5, 6, 7. We're going to show you one more time, then we'll break it down. And we're going to turn around. 5, 6, 7. Now this is where your foundation comes into play. Because everything I taught you leading up to this, everything we talked about, is all about the track. Right? We're dancing on a slotted movement. Now I can come off the slot and I can play kind of like an hourglass serpentining around that track. But it always comes back to that track. Movement and direction. So if I'm dancing a forward and back, when I turn, the cool thing about dancing salsa basics is when you turn to the right, you pivot on your right. And when you turn to the left, you pivot on your left. So if I pivot to the right, it's on my right. If I pivot to the left, my left stays grounded while I'm rotating. So in mambo, I'm dancing forward and back. I'm going to create rotation in that line, forward and back. And that's why bringing your feet back and angling your heels in will help you tremendously. So as I turn, 1, 2, 3, if you notice my footwork never changes. And then I finish 5, 6, 7. So I'm doing a forward break, or if you think of a ball change forward, ball change back. Ball change forward, ball change back. And then we're going to turn with a ball change back, ball change forward, ball change back, ball change forward. So the footwork does not change even though you're rotating. So what creates rotation? Simple, the shoulders. We talk about that all the time in our classes. We teach over 22, 23 different styles of dance, and we always come back, turn technique is turn technique. Doesn't matter what style of dance you're doing. So the shoulders create rotation. If I want to turn around, I can put my feet together, and I can just practice quarter turns, right? Create the movement. Yeah? So the head comes around, body, hips, feet. The head comes around, body, hips, feet. Those are just quarter turns. But what creates that is the prep of the carriage and then the rotation. Half rotation. Half rotation, yes? Practice until you can come all the way around. Compress into the floor, control that. So in this scenario, we're teaching you a basic turn. 1, 2, 3, prep, 6, 7. I start rotating. Look at my shoulders. 1, 2, 3, by 4 I'm done. 4 is that movement, that's settling, that's slow. And then of course we do a finish your step or a 5, 6, 7. From the follows perspective, that would be 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 1. So it's just inverted numbers, no big deal. So we have a let's do an unnatural turn real quick. We're going to turn to the left, and that's unnatural because it's a little more tricky, it's a little more complicado. So we're going to practice what we call a prep. So when we're dancing from 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, we open up into our left foot. Because remember, we're going to pivot to the left, so we have to be on our left. Now we're set and ready to go. We stay in our line for our ball change. Ball change forward. And we're back to our basic. 1, 2, 3, ball change. Here's the prep. Ball change open, ball change finish. 1, 2, 3. Look at the footwork. Always the same. Always the same positioning. The shoulders create rotation and in time within the measure given. So that's what you need to practice. So that is a turn to the left. Use your upper body. you're gonna notice when I'm dancing without a partner, I'm down here. But when I rotate, watch what I do with my upper body, my carriage, right? Right away it comes up, and then I can relax. Yeah, if I'm gonna turn to the left, right? So that upper body, that's gonna help me create balance, rotation, shoulders, my frame comes up, I lift my carriage. That's a good tip for you guys to practice, because we don't always think of these things at first. There's so many layers here. Don't think you're gonna get it on a 45-minute YouTube video. You gotta keep working at it, and that's why we do this every single Monday. So hopefully we'll continue this online until we can get back in here live at the studio and get us all back together and dancing again. We miss you guys. Okay, we're gonna try this con música.
Sí.
We're gonna try this with a little music, guys. Again, basic mambo, left turn, right turn. We can go into salsa basics. Try to remember your transitions will always be on 1. And I just want to give you another tip. When you're transitioning on 1, make your move on 7. 7 is the last step you take before 1, because 8 is a pause or a rest, a hold. So what I'm going to do, I'm going from mambo to salsa. I'm going 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. Did you see that? 5, 6, 7. Now I've set my new direction for 1, 2, 3, 5. If I want 3, 5, 6, 7, again, changing the energy forward. 5, 6. So when you see me transition, I'm not going to go 5, 6, 7, 1. I'm going to go 5, 6, direction my 1 is going, which is the salsa or mambo basic. So think about that. The mind trains the body. Once you know what you're doing up here, this is going to follow suit. It's going to listen. So you train it. Okay, so remember those little tips. Work on those transitions, timing, and with the numbers. Now we're going to dance it out. This will probably be our last song for now. We're going to dance it out. We're going to do all the transitions. We're going to practice the turn steps that we worked on. And maybe we'll show a little bit of partnering. If you have a partner at home, then of course you can practice this. Don't go out in the street and try to pick up a new person right now and try to salsa dance with them. That would be weird anyways. So practice social distancing, and that's what we're doing here today. And thank you guys for supporting us. Again, this is our first time. It's not going to be perfect, but we're just having fun with it. Thank you for joining us. We're going to dance with music with you. Let's try this, and then when we come back, a little bit of partnering. Here we go. Any questions you need?
Nope, so far so good.
You get much interaction from them? Okay. Here we go. Five, basics that you need to know and a little bit of how to lead and follow. So, independence is everything. Notice we haven't even danced together. And it's that way even in our classes. We do a lot of independent footwork and training. Then once you start to feel confident and comfortable, we get into partnering because it's hard to do everything at once, to put it all together. So what I'm going to do with Sherry is move with her, starting with my left. She's going to respond by mirroring me and start with her right. So it's a mirrored effect. She goes back as I go forward.
So ladies, this is the same footwork that we were doing earlier with our warm-up. It's just we're starting on, if you will, the 5 now becomes our 1. So we're starting back on our right foot, 1, 2, 3, forward, 5, 6, 7. But the actual footwork pattern is still the same. We've just changed what the numbers are.
Okay, so I'm going to lead with my persona, right? Instead of just, I'm not touching her.
Social distancing.
So I'm going to lead by coming forward. She sees me, she reads it, she knows it's a mambo basic because of the energy.
I know he's trying to give me germs.
2, 3, 5, 6, 7. So now we have independence. She knows how to move, and I know how to move independently. This is so much better than the person that's awkward or doesn't know how to move. So that's always the first key. Case in point. Good example. So now, the hands. What she's going to do is always have her carriage up and ready when I approach. So if I'm away from her, she can be more relaxed. But when she sees me come forward, she allows me to engage by prepping up and lifting her frame. This allows me to take her hand, take her shoulder blade, yes? And notice she never reaches out or collapse. So the key is never extremes. Yeah, ladies? Always find your center. We'd like to talk about she has her center, I have my center, but between us is our center. And she's the gatekeeper. So if there was a wall here, she would never come through that wall, and she would never allow me through the wall. So she would challenge my energy to some degree here, within reason. So there's a transfer of energy, and she can feel when I move. When I cup her hands palm to palm, or when I pick up her torso, it's from my palm to her shoulder. So that's really important, guys. As I bring this hand around, you can see that's the proper positioning. It's the best technique. If you're down here, you're losing a connection right away. Obvious.
And likewise, ladies, we don't want to reach up. It's so ingrained from the high school model. Yeah. To have those hands up high, but we actually want to bring them down so that we close the gap between the arm that's on our back and where we are connecting with him. Furthermore, we are not going to grab on. We are not holding onto his arm, but rather bringing our elbow down. The hand is not a connection point. It just rests on the top of his arm.
So this is cool because now she has set her position. She's the gatekeeper. If I want to leave, I can, and it doesn't affect her. I can drop out and leave her, no more transfer of energy. But if I want to transfer energy, she's accessible. And I can bring that up until I find her, and again, she engages me here. She doesn't float to the moon. She finds that connection through her arm and frame and her center, and that's how we really get a nice connection when we dance. So that's a little bit about partnering. Now, from here, we're going to talk about our turns we just did. So what I'm going to do is simply invite her to turn. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. So there really is no forceful energy here. It's very complimentary, simple. It's offered, it's invited. It's not forced. Guys, don't be forceful.
We like to think request and compliance. He requests, I usually comply.
So I'm inviting the movement, and then she decides whether she wants to do it or not. So from here, a lot of times the guys, they'll go to lead the lady and not get a good rotation from her or a response. So that request and response that we're talking about, there has to be some engaged energy there. So there's a slight transfer of energy through her hand. It's slight. There's a little bit of, and I use it from my center. I create that little rotation, never drawing a big halo around the gal, and always keeping it centered. So that's one of the keys for the guys. I see guys, don't be a jerk. You gentlemen at home, don't be the jerk. Don't be this guy that jerks the lady around, right? We never want to be that guy. Okay, so from here, If she moves well, this goes really, really well normally. If she's not sure of herself, then this can sometimes be misconstrued because she's trying to find it, and it is subtle. So remember, it's like any skill in life. So from here, as we're dancing, I'm simply going to create space, a little room for her so she can stay forward and back. I don't need this arm, but I still carry it. Now here's the actual connection point. I invite, and then she gives me that rotation. She complies in that movement or responds. So from here we go. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. And the thing about the hands, a lot of people find awkward. We lose the hands. The ladies sometimes turn and start to bring that hand down before he brings it down. So there are little things the lady does that helps the guy. And one of them is she allows certain movements. Also, she does not allow certain other movements. So up and down is allowed. Up to her height and down to her center. If I go any further down, that's going to be a request to relax the arm. If I bring that arm any higher, I should be met with a little resistance. Same thing out here, right? We don't want to be way out here. That does us absolutely no good. So I look to engage that energy, and she is the one that actually facilitates that through her positioning. So I bring that hand up, and then I use my center to invite a little rotation, and she's the one that recreates the turn, not me. I just invite it. Okay, I think we got that, so we're going 1, 2, 3. If you don't have a partner, just imagine you do. Yes? And the hand is what we call a cup or a pin in cup. My hand is like a pin, and her hand's like a cup. And sometimes, like in this scenario, her hand is like a pin, and my hand's like a cup. She comes around, and her hand turns inside of the cup of my hand. You see, I always have that little cup right there, and she can turn around, and she keeps that hand in there, and it turns all the way around, girls.
I also don't open my fingers. When I open my hand and give that straight, flat palm as I'm turning, it allows my hand to either slip out of his or his to slip out of mine. So we want to make sure we maintain our little cups with our hands. So, Lego hands. So that as we turn, we have that connection the whole time.
The only time, ladies, you'll ever open your hands completely, your fingers will open up, is if he actually opens them. So there will be that time where he'll go 1, 2, 3, and he's looking for a compression there. Other than that, if it's turned the proper way, elbow in a little, then that hand's turned out, that's the pin and cup. And that's going to be your standard. Okay, cool. 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. Without a partner. 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3. Okay, from the other side. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. And there's a little bit about partnering. Well, I think that's going to do it, guys. We've been with you an hour now, and we can't thank you enough for all your support. We can't thank you enough for tuning in with us today. Again, I'm Joe. There goes Sherry. There she is. We're from Swing Stations Dance Studio, 20 years now serving Vero Beach and loving every minute of it. We love the community that we have, the family of dancers that we've helped foster here, but really it's all you guys. So we can't thank you all enough. And hopefully we'll do more of this. Thank you for your donations for those of you who did. And for those of you who didn't, there's no pressure. We're here just to give the information, have fun, and grow the community. Always share. Thank you all so much. I guess we're going to sign off. Till next time, peace, love, blessings, be safe, wash your hands, and we'll see you on the dance floor. Have a great day.